You sit down to work on something important. Your heart races. Your chest tightens. You tell yourself you will start in just 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes turn into 5 hours, and suddenly you are scrolling through your phone at midnight, hating yourself for wasting another day. You know this feeling. If you keep punishing yourself for procrastinating, but nothing ever changes. This video reveals why your brain is wired to avoid the very things you care about most, and what you can actually do about it starting today. This is called chronic procrastination, and it is not about laziness. Here's how it started. When you were young, maybe your worth was tied to performance. Maybe mistakes were met with criticism or disappointment. So your brain learned something dangerous. It learned that starting means risking failure, and failure means you are not enough. But here is what most people miss. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It is an emotion regulation problem. You are not avoiding the task. You are avoiding how the task makes you feel. Let me break down the 3 psychological mechanisms that keep you stuck in this cycle. First, temporal discounting. This is your brain's tendency to value immediate relief over future rewards. When you face a difficult task, your brain experiences real discomfort right now. Anxiety, self-doubt, fear of inadequacy. These feelings are immediate and intense. The reward for completing the task, like pride or accomplishment, feels abstract and far away. So your brain makes a trade. It chooses to escape the discomfort now, even though you will pay for it later. Think about the last time you avoided an important email. The moment you decided not to write it, you felt relief. That relief was immediate, and your brain grabbed onto it. The consequences, the guilt, the panic, those came later. Do you see how your brain is not being lazy? It is actually protecting you from emotional pain in the only way it knows how. Second mechanism, the anxiety procrastination loop. When you procrastinate, you feel guilty. That guilt creates more anxiety about the task. Now the task is not just difficult, it is also wrapped in shame. So the next time you think about starting, your brain associates the task with even more negative emotion. This makes it harder to begin, so you avoid it again. The loop tightens. A simple work project becomes this emotionally loaded monster in your mind. You are no longer just doing a task. You are facing all the shame and fear you have been piling onto it for days or weeks. What if I told you that the longer you wait, the more impossible the task feels? Not because it actually got harder, but because your brain made it emotionally heavier. Third, identity protection through self-sabotage. This one is tricky. If you try your best and fail, that feels like proof that you are not good enough. But if you procrastinate and then fail, you have a built-in excuse. You can tell yourself, well, I did not really try, so this does not count. Your brain would rather preserve the possibility that you could be great than risk finding out you are not. Think about creative projects, applications, or dreams you have been putting off. Part of you might be protecting the fantasy of what you could achieve by never actually testing it in reality. This is where most people get stuck. But there is a hidden reason why this pattern has such a grip on you. Here is what this pattern costs you. Every time you procrastinate, you are teaching your brain that you cannot trust yourself. You make promises to yourself and break them. Over time, this erodes your self-trust, and your identity starts to shift. You stop seeing yourself as capable. You start seeing yourself as someone who just cannot follow through. The shame becomes who you are, not just what you feel. Your relationships suffer too. You cancel plans because you are behind on work. You avoid conversations because you are drowning in tasks you have been putting off. People stop relying on you, and you start believing you deserve that. Your nervous system stays in a constant state of low-level panic. Even when you are distracting yourself, part of your brain knows what you are avoiding. You never fully relax. You never fully focus. You live in this exhausting in-between space. But here's the good news. You are not broken. You were trained to survive in an environment that made mistakes feel dangerous. Your procrastination is not a character flaw. It is a coping mechanism that once protected you. And now that you understand it, you can start to change it. Here are 5 micro steps you can take starting today. Step 1. Name the emotion before the task. Before you start anything you have been avoiding, pause. Put your hand on your chest and ask yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? Scared? Ashamed? Inadequate? Write it down. Just naming the emotion reduces its power. You are not lazy, you are scared, and that is something you can work with. Step 2. Shrink the task to something laughably small. Your brain is overwhelmed by the full project, so do not start with the full project. Commit to 2 minutes. Open the document. Write 1 sentence. Send 1 email. That is it. You are not trying to finish. You are trying to prove to your brain that starting does not kill you. Most of the time, once you start, you will keep going. But even if you do not, you still won. You kept a promise to yourself. Step 3. Separate your worth from your output. Write this down somewhere you will see it. My value as a person is not determined by my productivity. You are allowed to be a whole, complete, worthy human even on days when you accomplish nothing. Procrastination thrives in the belief that you are only as good as what you produce. Break that belief and you break the cycle. Step 4. Building guilt-free rest. Schedule time to do absolutely nothing without any task hanging over you. Rest is not something you earn after productivity. Rest is a biological need. When you let yourself rest without guilt, you stop using procrastination as your only escape from pressure. You give your nervous system permission to recover. Step 5. Get one person in your corner. Find someone safe and tell them what you are working on. Not for accountability, not so they can police you, but so you can practice being seen while you are imperfect. Text them when you start a task. Text them when you mess up. Let them remind you that you are still worthy either way. Procrastination lives in isolation. Connection weakens its grip. Remember that moment when you were sitting there, chest tight, telling yourself you would start in 5 minutes? What if next time, instead of hating yourself, you just noticed the fear? What if you whispered, I see you, I know you are scared, and we are going to take one small step anyway. You are not lazy. You are scared. And that is okay. Watch my video on the psychology of self-sabotage to understand why you unconsciously block your own success even when you desperately want to change. Comment below with just one word. What emotion comes up most when you are about to start something hard? Subscribe for daily psychology insights that help you make sense of why you do what you do. You deserve to trust yourself again.